Right, little sneaky one, and not insignificant, it definitely does have an important thing, but what I want to have a little chat about is pole winders. Yeah, I'm sick of seeing people come coach with me with shocking poor quality winders that don't look after the floats and don't look after the actual rig that they made. You spend that much time making these all fancy rigs, or some of us do, my mate Andy doesn't, but some of us make a lot of time doing these rigs, for them to just be a mess by using cheap, nasty, horrible pole winders, yeah? It costs such a small amount to have a decent set of pole winders that look after your rigs, that ultimately catches your fish. Yeah, it's worth spending a little time doing them. So what I'm after, nice and simple, yeah, they allow me to not muck about with them horrible pole anchors that I've done for years and years and years. I used to have a little box in me box drawer with decrepit old nasty pole winders, pole anchors that exploded all the time. The need for them's gone now. Yeah, that's back in the 1980s. Now, nice little bit of plastic that keeps it nice and simple, and you can trap your rig wherever you need to, wherever it ends up, without having to change the size of it just so your pole anchor fits. And secondly, and this is the most important thing when I'm going to get a little bit filly with you now, is looking after your loops. Yeah, what these pole anchors actually have is a little loop carrier, which, as opposed to what a lot of people think, where they use these two little spikes, whatever you want to call them, at the top end, it's actually, I'm going to be a bit controversial, it's wrong to use them for your loops. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute, they create a nasty loop that makes your rig bad. Yeah, but what these do have, they have one little hole for your hook, just in case you want to put your hook on and keep a hook on your rig after you've used it, which you shouldn't be doing right away. That's throw that hook in the bin and use a new one. But really, it's this little thing. That's what I want to focus on, is the hook to maintain a nice little loop. So when I'm faffing about tying my loops, the last thing I want is them to be damaged or crooked or whatever I'm going to show you now by the time I put my hook length on. So first, I want to show you my old type of winders. I forget what box these were from, but this is an old winder that was in my garage. And this is by using the two loops at the top end, the two loop carriers, we'll call them, the two prongs at the top end. And that loop, I've had this on since I left this morning. I just tied the loop, and what you'll see has happened, because it's been strapped around the top or whatever, it's been looped round and then brought round, my loop's actually curled. Yeah, I don't know, hopefully I'll be able to pick that one up on the camera a bit, and what you end up with is a crooked loop that if you attach your hook length to that now, you can imagine you'd almost create like a helicopter as that descends through the water, because it's already kicking off. It'll make your hook length spin as it goes down. Horribly nasty, and a really nasty form and presentation, because you've not got that nice fluent piece of line going through, keeping your rig nice and straight, which is what you want. So I mean, just something as little as that, which is all right if you don't shut your rigs up, because you can retie a loop. But if not, if you want your rigs all shotted up, all good to go, which most of us do, by having my loop in that way, I mean, it's going to be a mess. It's going to instantly create a fault in my rig, if you like, which is the last thing I want. Right, so with the proper winders, how I want them, my loops are so much better looked after, and they come out so much nicer. So I've just whizzed this one on again this morning before I left, probably about 3 or 4 hours ago. Just grab hold of that line so I don't let go of him. I should really have my glasses on for doing this. And you can see that loop there has been stored on me loop carrier, we're going to call it again, but it's a much different angle. Yeah, because that one goes round, it means that my loop is, when it's under pressure, it stays in a straight line. So when my loop comes off that one, he stays lovely and straight. Do you know what I mean? It's dead straight. So when my hook length's actually on it, it's going to be in a straight line. It's not going to kick off like the other one would, with the other ones actually curled. If I can put them together and see if we can see that. So you can see the difference really clearly with the two different rigs, two different loops. And you can imagine that the mess that this one will potentially cause putting a hook length on it, so it's no good. I want my rigs to be as nice, as straight, as good as they can possibly be, because them little things, they won't make a big difference. So just picking a decent pole winder that does the job, looks after your floats and looks after your loops, that's a number one for me.